Hi, Marina.
Hi, Liat. Our question for today. We all know what radio frequencies are. However, when it comes to creating our reality, we also talk about frequencies. In fact, we frequently hear expressions like raising our frequency or this lowers my frequency. So, what is frequency in the world of manifestation?
Thank you. So we'll start with that everything is energy and that everything is frequency. And I use the radio analogy because it really helps us understand what frequency is and how it's influencing our reality. So we'll use that radio metaphor actually to understand what frequencies are. So one of the things that we talk about in quantum physics, and don't get too fearful from this word, is that everything is actually created and we live in a multiverse and all the options are created, they're alive, but we choose which reality to experience. And the best way to explain that is like a radio station. First, in this room, do you hear the music? There's music, not just one. There are actually different music going around us right now. And the reason that we don't hear them is because we don't have a radio, right? If we have a radio, then we can turn its dial and turn its dial to a certain station, and we will hear the music that is actually right now in this room. Neither of us, I hope, hear that. Okay, we don't hear voices, but it's there nonetheless. And many
Mhm.
different channels are actually working within our field, and we're not aware of that. But if we had a radio, then we will be able to tune it and listen to a certain station. So, and once we want to listen to a different station, we just turn on the dial to a different number and we get a different song from country song to pop song to, I don't know, a show about something. They're all here, but we will only be able to hear them if we dial our radio to the certain station. So,
Mhm.
same with reality. There are actually different realities that are alive right now around us, the same as music, okay? But we only experience one reality, the same as one station, that we are in alignment with. And that's where the word
Mhm.
alignment is coming from. The station that we are dialed into, okay? The
Mhm.
frequency that I hold is the frequency of the reality that I currently listen to or I currently experience. And what happened is for most people is they say, okay, I want to hear different music, but I'm not going to change the dial. I want the music to change. And when it will change, I will switch the dial. And it doesn't work like that in radio. It doesn't work like that in our reality. And what does
Mhm.
changing the dial means? We talked about this in the episode about the four realms. We have different parts of us that are emanating different frequencies, different energy. We have the energy of our spiritual level. We have the energy of our thoughts, which is the mental. We have the energy of our emotions. We have the energy of our nervous system, which is the physical, and our energy of our habits and what we do. Okay. And they all create different frequency. And this frequency is actually the one that is connecting us to our current reality. And what people say that we feel that reality is real, right? And what
Mhm.
we hear in the radio is real, but it's real because our radio is tuned to this. If we didn't have a radio and we didn't tune to the station, it wasn't there. But it's there. We understand that logically. We understand that the music is right now in the room, but we can only hear that if we tune our radio to this specific station. So if all reality already exists, so what I want to create, the reality that I want to create, what I want, whatever it's health, wealth, partner, whatever that is, there's a station that is actually playing this reality. And I need to tune my own inner dial, all four realms, to this radio station, to the wealth, to the relationship, to the health, so I can hear that, so I can
Mhm.
experience that. The thing is, not as radio that is there. We don't, decide what's going to play in each station, but we can tune our radio to the station. We are both the transmitter, the receiver, and the listener. And what does that mean? It means that we transmit, we create energy, from our
Hmm.
thoughts, our feelings, our actions. We receive frequency, we receive energy from our surrounding. We see the reality that is there. We see what other people do. We receive the information from the outside. Okay. And we are the listeners. We experience the reality that is there. So we talked about free will and free choice. So we have the free will and free choice to listen to a different radio station, to transmit a different frequency, and to choose to tune and receive different information from the surrounding. Because around us, if I talk about wealth, okay, so
Hmm.
there's
Hmm.
in my current reality, in my current station, there are things that are expressing a lack, and there are things that are expressing abundance. If I focus on those that are expressing lack, I will start to transmit more lack, to feel more lack, and I will tune into more lack. And if I will tune into the abundance in my life because it's there, maybe I think it's less than I want or less than the lack, but it's there, then I will receive this abundance. I will feel that, and I will start to transmit to reality the frequency of more abundance. So, not like the station that it's already there and we just choose, which one we listen to. As creators, as the masters of creation, as manifestors, we have the ability to choose what we transmit, what we receive, and what we listen to. And when we talk about frequency and reality is the same as the radio. So understand that everything that you want and everything that you don't want is already there. It's already playing in your radio, in your energetic radio. And you are the one to choose which one to tune into by the thoughts you think, by the emotions that you feel, but what you choose to absorb from reality, what you choose to talk about, what you choose to do, how you learn to regulate your nervous system, the energy that you hold in your field, and that would be the reality that you will meet. And as we talked about the radio, you don't expect the radio to change and then you change the dial. You first change
Mm.
the dial and then the station changes. So, same in our reality. If we won't do anything, we will stay in the same reality, in the same realm of whatever we might not want anymore. So, we have to choose to tune our frequency to a different level, to a different station, in order to meet the reality that is already there, actually waiting for us to tune into it. And on the other side, if we'll choose to tune into what we don't want, we'll meet more of that.
Wow. So in other words, what you're saying is it's not hard. It's actually quite easy, but we have to be aware of it. That there's a possibility to manifest or to turn on the frequency that we want instead of being with the frequency we don't want. It's as easy. They're both easy for us to do.
Exactly, exactly.
Right?
And it's accurate because, we think that, as you said, it lowers my energy, it lowers my vibration. Reality is, to turn the dial to the right or to the left is the same effort we have to
Mm-hmm.
do. Maybe I'm used to turn the dial to the left, and that's why I feel it is. It's easier, but it's the
Mm.
same. And once you understand it's already there, for me, understanding the quantum reality that everything that I want and don't want is already created. I actually don't even have to create anything. I just need to
You're right.
understand my part of this holding this frequency or aligning myself to the frequency, and it's already waiting for me there, the same as I don't need to invent radio or to hold the entire station, but just to tune my dial. Then it's as easy, and it makes our story within our mind that it's so hard to change reality and to create what I want, and it's too much, it's too big, I want a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's already
Mm-hmm.
there. There's a version of you listening currently to a totally different music, living a totally different reality. You just need to choose to tune your frequency to it.
Mm-hmm. You know what I just thought that what you just said is really even easier than turning on the radio physically. You just have to make this to to turn on the radio in your mind and not even to know to make any action physically, which is so much easier.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Liat, for this another wonderful episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you.